hate those things. They make me feel sick.
It's into my emotional baggage.
Hello. And what are you? You remind me of the girl. Oh, do you know her? She's like you, bright and glowing. Can you lead me to her, please? Wow.
But now how are you going to get up to the seagull?
I don't know. I still...
Do you remember this place? It was our favorite cafe. It's been years.
Do you think they'll give me free cake like the first time we came here?
Well, technically the first time you were here was 9 months before you were born.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sometimes I forget you're only 12. Come on, let's walk a bit more before we head home.
So did her mom meet her father at the cafe?
What is it?
Is everything all right again? With you and Papa?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. We're good. Well, it was never really not good. And, well, you know, your little brother will be here soon, and then everything will be even better.
I can't wait to be a big sister. What will we call him?
How about Sunny?
I love it.
Big sister? Chloe, did you make me hear that?
So him is Sunny.
Hey! Wait for me!
Or her father.
I'm searching for a girl in a yellow coat. Have you seen her?
Oh, yes. I know her.
Where is it?
I know her very well. Step into the water, and I'll take you to her.
Nope. Nope. No. I really don't like the fact that the water, like the tide is so high that the waves can even submerge you. So there she is right there. You don't want to let her get too close. Do you know where you're supposed to go?
Yeah. That way. I just feel like there's stuff on top of this, but might be easier. It just cuts it. It's okay, she can't reach me here.
Oh, I know.
It's like she's real spooky, but I barely spend any time in the water.
Just wouldn't want to discover what occurs when you do tarry too long.
Then she shows up and shoos us.
Flying would be nice, don't you think? No monster has to get in my way. Or no monster to get in my way, and then I'd find what I'm looking for quicker. Let's see. Oh, the next lighthouse. But it seems to be... Oh, okay. There's enough water for you to get up there safely. That was close. Oh.
Yeah, it's because the water raised. Whee. It is too small, she cannot reach. She can go blah at us, though. Which she will do frequently. So prepare yourself for blah. Oh, there she is.
Yep. So you're probably supposed to swim there and then to the garbage, unless there's also a spot that way, but...
I think the top of this building is more where we want to go.
Safer bet, but...
Whee. Because, yeah, she's just going to keep going at us. What was the other game that we played recently where we could turn into the bird creature?
I don't know.
We turn into the crow?
Oh, Feh. Or Faye.
No. That was where we were the,
That was really a little fox creature.
we were the little fox creature.
I'm starting to forget how the city looked when it wasn't submerged and abandoned. It gives me a headache. Where are you supposed to go next? Oh, actually climb up and over.
Technically not this way, but... Oh,
Works.
a whole new world.
Where's the seagulls? They should be perched on the rooftops.
Maybe not these.
Mm-hmm.
I get the
Any additional bottles, though?
I get the distinct feeling... There are no seagulls in this area. I also get the distinct feeling I might not have been supposed to get up here. Yeah.
Oh, no, there's that.
Yeah, there's this one.
The goldfish drives me crazy. Screw this.
Oh. I'm off the beaten path.
Let's look for the safest zone, if you will. Uh-oh. I think she spotted you.
There's not really a safest path here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I went off the beaten path, and...
Oh, you're at the other side of the train.
Yeah, I need to go that way. There's not really an easy way back. I mean, we could see how getting munchled works.
No. I do not want to see her get munchled. Oh, was that... Is it wigging out?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
I was hoping
there
it would
she
be
goes.
perma-stuck.
But then we would be able to get through there.
That'd be funny.
There she comes again. All right.
Yeah, we might be able to get back that way, especially when the water swells.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Do I have an easier way?
Because are you supposed to open that gate?
Yeah. Yeah, I was not supposed to go the way that I did.
Uh-oh.
I think I gotta get over there.
Mm-hmm. But
that's difficult.
especially because she's circling here.
Go away!
She seems to be going through... Oh, thank goodness.
Okay. We're back. This is what happens when I try attempt to get to errant bottles.
Oh, look at that.
It's okay. We're still way too high for her.
I don't know, anything that draws her near... Oh. Okay.
I made it. Why did Glory need me here? This must be where the flying monster is hiding.
I heard a shoe.
Maybe it will talk to me. Or kill me. Horribly. And eat me.
Where's the shoe?
The seagull, you mean?
Heard it.
They are circling overhead, or
Oh, they taunt me.
they could be atop the train station. Wait, why did you gasp?
No.
Oh.
Oh, that's creepy. Double don't go that direction.
Ah!
Shoo! Shoo!
Oh, that's so sad.
The sound of silence. This is my testimony that I am, in fact, still alive. Thank you for reading this. The sound of silence. The sound of silence. Doo-doo-doo.
Okay, so we can't get into the water at all in this chapter.
Hello? Who's there? Oh, look who's here.
Oh, up there, there's a person your size. Actually.
Yep. I'm gonna go check.
Oh, so embarrassing.
Hey, stranger. It's so foggy here. If he weren't so big, I probably wouldn't be able to see the bird.
What should
You see him too.
Being ugly really does run in your family.
Or are these bullies?
Looks like it.
You're both such a waste of space.
Both. So are these kids taunting her and her little brother, maybe?
Oh, you're trapped again. Let me help.
Is the bird up there?
Yep.
Look at all these specters.
I'm so happy you're walking me to school, Kay. I've been feeling a bit, I don't know, weird lately.
That's great, Sunny.
Hey, are you even listening to me?
Huh? Sorry, was texting my boyfriend. Oh, he's calling me. I've gotta go. Have fun with your friends, yeah?
No, wait. Okay, bye.
Oh.
I
her little
remember this place. This is Sunny's school.
Are you singing? Oh my god, you sound like a girl!
Do I?
I'm just kidding. Oh, come on! Can't you take a joke?
No, I mean, yes, I can.
So, her little brother was feeling odd and she was too engrossed with her boyfriend to...
Skunked son.
Wow. Aren't ugly band shirts are so outdated?
But my papa gave me this.
Oh, your papa is such a weirdo.
What? I mean, yeah, I guess.
Chill out. You're just joking.
Dad, right?
Hey guys, look! I think I can get this pencil stuck in Sonny's hair.
Don't! Ow, that hurts!
I want to go. Oh, what's wrong with you? We're just teasing. Now hold still.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you probably can't get struck again while you're in the dark.
Yeah.
Sonny, why are you avoiding us?
I'm not.
Ah.
I wanted to.
Wow, is that how you treat your mates? No wonder we are only friends.
Sunny. I didn't know it was this bad.
Maybe you want to flare the ones on your left? How did you direct the flare before to hit them? Oh, there you go.
There we go.
You lure
yeah,
them into the
I have
light.
to lure them into the flashing light. Bullying is actually getting you angry. Kind of. The backpack is getting fuller, by the way.
It is?
It looks like it.
Maybe.
We're gonna find you. We're gonna kill you.
There they go.
Feels like it's getting bigger.
Watch out, there's one. The sole survivor.
Well, he can go tell his friends that I am a jerk. They will not.
Look at him. He even walks like a girl.
What? I'm just walking normally.
Oh, look at me. I'm Sunny. I walk like this normally.
Hey!
Oh no, did I trip you? Sunny's gonna cry.
No, I'm not. I need to go.
Don't be such a wuss. Sunny. Come out, mate. You just want to hang out.
No, I need to hide.
What if there's an achievement for killing every shadow?
Who knows? I don't know. I'm just...
I think he's over there. You know what, Sunny? If we catch you, we'll kill you. Just kidding.
I hate it when they do the just kidding bit.
Oh, I
know-
absolutely
oh,
hate just
no.
kidding. Oh. Well, I got wrecked.
Because it's the sorry, not sorry business.
Oh, absolutely. Anybody that says just kidding. I mean, I kind of do the just kidding every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I don't know. I'm not ever trying to hurt somebody with it. Like,
That's what they all say.
no,
Well,
these,
there are ones that
these
are
kids are
definitely outright
absolutely-
malicious.
These kids are absolutely outright malicious. But, like, I don't know. Story from yesterday. So, our buddy Joe, his grandmother is Japanese and was giving, her grandchildren, like, Japanese names when they don't have them. And, so he got the name Daichi. Or Daichi? I'm not sure. We'll have to ask him in an hour. But she can translate to wisdom or earth, and he was talking about it, and I guess I made the joke of she's just calling you a big old dirtball, which, like, I guess could be construed as something negative, and I hope it's not.
It's really difficult to... the thing is, when you're doing that with text, it's...
Well, that sucks. Yeah, tonality is much harder to get across in text.
A lot of things can be misconstrued, so it's...
Yeah, it's one of
I
those where
say-
it's like, I'm just,
Far better to just say positive things.
I guess. I always like turning everything into a joke, light or otherwise. Because I know I'm not...
I mean, your name literally means guy.
Yes.
Or man.
Yes. I am Guy Man. Nice to meet you.
Ooh. Oh, this has the...
Maybe they really are joking.
We're going to find you.
We're gonna find you. Why am I such a coward? They are my friends.
Nah, it's not friendship.
We're
They're-
going to find you.
I think part of it is also, though, in this situation, these kids are absolutely not his friends. They're masquerading as his friends so they can abuse him further.
Mm-hmm. Well, really, there's just... I remember back in middle school and high school, it was especially common. I'm not saying it's common amongst all guy groups, but I noticed that when I did interact with groups of guys, they tended to...
It can't be true. How did I miss this? I knew he wasn't happy at school, but...
I'll try not to cry anymore.
Oh,
It
that's...
isn't really that bad, right? I'm so uncool. Maybe I deserve it.
Sunny! I had no idea. Why didn't you tell me?
You tried.
Sunny... Wait! This is all their fault. They made you like this. I won't leave you alone again. I'll help you fight back. Where's my boat?
You look a bit tense, Kay. Swim with me, and you can let it all out.
No, leave me alone. I need to reach Sunny.
That is really close.
Can't avoid me forever. Wherever you go, I'll be waiting.
Shoo!
That's a
Whatever.
shoe.
So, what I was saying before is that it just seemed like there were groups of people where the only interactions they had were these mind games where they were trying to see who could, in the most witty fashion they're capable of, poke fun at or demean everyone else in the group and sort of flaunt their own intelligence. And it seemed so adversarial, and I couldn't stand it because...
I think there is kind of a balance that you can make with that sort of thing, that, like, all adversarial humor isn't always bad, as long as it's tempered with, like, legitimate friendship and...
But then... I just knew that at that point I could never feel comfortable. You don't want to have to feel like you are constantly proving your own worth.
And I think that's the point. It's the constantly that's the issue. Because I had quote-unquote friends in middle school, very specifically that I remember. I would hang out at their table in art class, and some of them were nice, but a lot of them were just awful. You know, I would make a joke and they'd all go silent and laugh about how I killed the joke or something like that. Which, like, honestly actually made it so that I didn't crack jokes much for years, because I thought I actually wasn't a funny person.
Well, I just didn't like that many of the jokes in these groups were made at the expense of other members of the group. It wasn't just something that was generally funny. Or about a topic that we were discussing or something.
At the same time, like, I
It
make
really-
fun of you some amount. And you don't seem to mind that much.
It depends under what circumstances but you might not realize it, but sometimes people just try to smile and laugh along, and really
Yeah.
they're hurting.
No, I guess that's fair. That sucks. The water gets high enough that it lures her back. Yeah, that should be good. I really think it would be able to knock you off this platform.
Yeah. But in reality, with those bullies in school, they probably enjoy having a scapegoat that feels indebted to them.
Yeah.
The whole...
Well, it makes them feel better about themselves. You know, it's a lot easier if you have low self-esteem, it's a lot easier to feel better about yourself if there's somebody that you can look at that's worse than you.
Yeah, and that's precisely what those boys are doing. And then they keep you entrapped because they say, hey, if it weren't for us, you wouldn't have any friends. We're the best that you can do, and we're the best that you can have. So then they get trapped in that situation.
Yeah. I think one of the realizations that, like, anybody and everybody has to come to is you don't need to have friends to be happy. It helps a lot. Damn it, go away!
People are trying to compare the monsters to
Ah!
the deadly sins.
Huh, could be.
I don't know. We'll have to... Because so far, we have the hermit crab girl that was just like, you're nothing, you're worthless, you don't do anything. And then there's this one that just keeps saying, let it all out.
Well, I don't
let it
think
all
these are the
consume you. I
seven
don't
deadly
think
sins.
so.
I think these are the stages of loss, or whatever they are.
And it's interesting that, yeah, the bird, the sorrowful crow,
Maybe?
is her brother. It was crying, and it sounded like it had his voice.
Yeah, the stages of grief. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
That's my assumption.
So did something happen to her brother?
Possibly suicide. I still go through that sometimes with one or two of my friends that I've lost. There we go. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance.
I really hope that you're as good a swimmer as I am. Not showing off. I'm just saying.
Okay. Do we have... Oh, we're on the other side over here. Boat's over there.
Oh, okay.
But first...
Shoo!
I like how we've looped back on, like, the level design.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you're creating this multifaceted, multi-tiered, sort of labyrinthian...
Yeah, well, you create it in such a way that the player is forced to loop back on themselves through levels you've already created. It's actually a really good way of...
keeping things concise, condensed.
Yeah, but also to a lesser degree, it's a really good way of keeping the player... I'm not going to say constrained, but, I don't think she can reach me. From there, yeah.
I do enjoy the color
I never
here.
thought I could miss a boat so much.
Keeping the player in a situation where they well, not exactly keeping the player. Reusing the level assets in such a way that you don't have to make more.
Mm-hmm.
It's wisely using your space instead.
Don't give up on me.
We're not finding as many bottles anymore, and it's bothering me.
Oh, what was that in the distance that was dark? Is that the bird?
Yeah, it's the bird all the way out there.
Okay, that's the crow.
Keep an eye out for
Sunny, the crow.
shoes and bottles.
By shoes, you mean seagulls.
Shoo!
It's a lot of open water. Have you ever been to that tower there?
That one? Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
There's a bottle in that. We already got it.
Oh, we're above the subway or the train station now.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have access to a lot of the places we've been to before.
Anything here? I don't see a seagull or a bottle.
Yeah, I don't see any dang old shoes. There's a bottle right there.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, that's the one I spotted earlier, and I was like, hey, we'll get that eventually, somehow.
Yeah, because we came through the train station and that's how we encountered all of the grasping hands. In school, I used to write small letters to my friends during lessons. Unlike you, my friends were able to write back.
Wow.
Ooh.
Shoo!
That's kind of dickish to say. Oh, there's a shoe.
You see another seagull in the distance.
But yeah,
If you know, some of the letters are... Some of the letters are...
kind of
hurtful.
condescending.
Yeah, because there's the one back there that's like, I hope you can swim as well as I can.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. But yeah, on the topic of bullying, seeing as that was kind of poignant or important and so on and so forth, I'm always a little baffled at how bad school administrators seem to be at dealing with and mitigating bullying.
Well, it's like this in most situations where the person who is the victim of bullying, it's almost as though they're discouraged from reporting because usually nothing's done, or it's another situation too where I've had friends where they had to report a bully, but because they had fewer friends or quote-unquote witnesses than the bully would get off scot-free because, oh no, you're the liar.
Yeah, I mean, I got kicked in the balls by a random kid and got detention for an hour the day I was moving out.
Mm-hmm. This city feels like home to me. Every part of it. Even this balcony. Strange.
Shoo!
A lot of it has to do with how criminally underfunded schools are. They can't afford to allocate the staff to deal with it. Yeah, it is, but it's also one of those where it's like...
Shoo!
My middle school was not underfunded. We were...
Oh, are all the seagulls gathering around the bird?
They are.
Ah. I wonder if we collect all of them, if Sunny will be whole again.
Maybe?
I don't know.
I'm not really sure. But like, my school was not underfunded. My school was honestly kind of overfunded, but they spent it on dumb shit like a sports field and whatnot, which is always just a bit baffling. But like, they formed the anti-bullying squad, which, like, you'd think, okay, that's kind of a neat idea, you know, an anti-bullying initiative filled with students.
Well, also...
They filled it with all the bullies.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, too. Oftentimes, bullies are charismatic, and they do become part of the hierarchy, if you will. They might even become... It's sort of like how you see that in government, too. Where people come into power because of their charisma, because they're able to pull strings and befriend other people. But then it turns out that because they have all this power, if people speak out against them, then they're not held accountable for their own wrongdoings. And if you think about it, that's why criminal groups would often have, like, politicians in their pocket during, what was it, Prohibition era and other things. There are probably some guilty politicians that were bribed off.
Oh, always.
Yeah. So, just one of those things where they take care of their own,
Yeah.
if you will.
There we go.
But yeah, so there's that. So yeah, you would often find that the people who are bullies end up being given the positions where they are supposed to be passing judgment on other bullies, or yeah, and then what other things about that? But yeah, I mean, we've dealt with this with the system to just try to get someone's neighbor's dog to stop barking. You know, you actually risk having to, say, go to court or to prove that. And the thing is, things can be resolved. It's just take care of your dog. Don't leave it outside to bark incessantly all day long. Oh, why didn't he tell me? If he'd said something earlier, I could have helped him. And that's, yeah, I suppose that brings up another thing. That's another thing, too. If you notice those boys, when they were bullying him, they were calling him a wuss and weak and such. And for a lot of people who are experiencing bullying, to admit that it's getting to them. You know, the sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Dude,
They
yeah.
have to admit that it's hurting them and that they aren't strong enough and that they need intervention, that they need someone to help them, and then it's almost as though they're admitting defeat. But really, I think it is because they're worried that even if they do take action, they're going to get blamed further, or that they're going to get retribution from the bullies, that it'll actually continue the bullying. I was thinking about drawing you something. How the girl looked when I first met her. Then I remembered that I suck at drawing.
Shoo, shoo.
Oh,
Let's see. Oh, there's a hand there.
a hand where?
Below Sunny.
Oh. That
Below
he's
the sunny
perched on?
bird.
Oh, actually, yeah, there's some reaching up.
Yeah, there's a weird hand going on. I'm gonna look around for all the messages in the bottle and seagulls, I think. Because it's... Oh, run away, because I haven't seen my boat in a while. That's cute. Because I think every message in a bottle and seagull has been placed in such a way that I can reach from here. Maybe? I'm not sure.
People
but
are
yeah,
mentioning about the barking being considered criminal neglect. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
Some of the dogs are barking because of anxiety, separation anxiety. Other ones are barking because they really are just being left out in inhospitable conditions. Or they're being antagonized by other animals. It's just...
people get real mad when
Noise
we talk
pollution.
about this whole dog thing, by the way.
I'm sorry. I know we've been bringing it up. It's just...
It is like the one constant negative in our life.
Yep. Okay.
But yeah, where the hell is my boat?
But yeah, so I suppose the point of it is often
Where's my boat?
victims of bullying and abuse are almost discouraged to report.
Well, yeah. I mean, or even speak up about it. I specifically was talking about this in... Is that my boat? No, that's just pointing me at Sunny. Where'd my boat go? Is it over here? I'm honestly not sure where my boat went. I'd say this is a problem, but I can pretty much get everywhere without it. But like I spoke up about this actually with do you remember?
You have so many bullying stories.
Well, no. I mean like recently with YouTube. Oh, there's my boat.
Oh, well,
I knew it was somewhere around here.
that's the other thing too. Oh, I was meaning to bring this up. Now with the digital age, I could only imagine that bullying has gotten worse. Because
Yeah.
before, bullying had to always take place
In
in
person.
but now people can hide behind anonymity on the internet, and
Oh, it doesn't want me to go that way. Maybe I actually am not going to be able to collect
they
everything.
can form opinions about people that they've never met, never gotten to know, just based off of an individual comment or
people can...
an image or a...
Or people will just be awful to other people simply because they can, because the consequences are minor at best.
Mm-hmm.
You know, okay, sure, you get banned from whatever online community. You just find a different one with more victims that aren't aware of you.
Oh yeah, I received a very nasty private message on Tumblr. I never even used Tumblr anyway. I used to have an art blog there, but then decided to stop with it after I was constantly getting bombarded by horrible blogs trying to reblog my work. And fortunately, those have been eradicated from the site, but hoo-wee. In any case, it didn't seem like it was specifically directed at me. It just seemed like a slew of the worst words.
The guy just had a chip on his shoulder at women in general, I think it was.
I searched what his username was, and it turns out that he had been banned off of DeviantArt, but he would essentially just troll people's... It didn't even matter what the drawings were, what the subject matter was, who the person was, but they would just write pretty much the same litany of swear words against them and foul names, and just do this on that was the only thing they ever did. And I suppose they must have migrated over to Tumblr. At that point, I just reported and blocked them and such.
Yeah, which works fine enough.
But yeah, people are saying, oh, you can. These people can always make new accounts and such, and it's like, yep.
But the thing I was going to say is, like, if I speak up about people being particularly nasty in a series, I will actually end up getting more people angry at me as a result. So specifically, like, calling people out for being shitty in Slay the Spire.
Well, then they're doing the whole, I have a right to my opinion.
Yeah.
And if it means
the other thing I always hear is
verbal
like,
harassment, that's
you need
perfectly
to have
fine.
thick skin to be on the internet. And I've never really
that one.
liked that justification for anything, because yeah, you do have to have thick skin to be, especially like a public-facing YouTuber and stuff.
But the same could be said about their treatment of others and their behavior.
Yeah.
Is it
like,
necessary?
Why is the onus on the bullied to deal with it as opposed to the bullies to not be shitty people?